Please don't scroll. This is not random. The moment you stopped here, something unseen already shifted around you. The air softened. The noise pulled back. Your heart felt something before your mind could question it. My child, stay with me for these minutes. This moment was chosen for you. You are being watched over right now, in a way you cannot explain, but you can feel if you let your breath slow just a little. My child, the one you love so deeply, the one who is now in heaven, is close to you. Closer than you allow yourself to believe. They have been watching you quietly, gently, without judgment. They see you in the moments when you are strong for everyone else. They see you in the moments when you finally sit alone and the weight drops onto your chest. They see the nights when the world goes silent and your thoughts grow loud. They see the tears you hide. They see the strength you were never meant to carry alone. There are nights when you still whisper their name, even when no sound comes out. There are mornings when you wake up and for one brief second you forget, and then the truth settles back into your body. There are moments during the day when something small happens and your first instinct is to tell them, and then your chest tightens when you remember. That ache you feel is not emptiness. It is love with nowhere to land. And love like that does not disappear. It changes. It moves closer in ways your eyes cannot track. My child, you have carried guilt in silence. Questions you never say out loud. If only I had said more. If only I had stayed longer. If only I had noticed sooner. If only I had been stronger. You replay moments again and again, punishing yourself for being human. But listen carefully, and let this settle deep inside you. They do not blame you. They are not angry with you. They are not disappointed in you. The love they have for you is no longer fragile. It is no longer limited by time or pain. It is calm. It is steady. And when you break down, they do not step away. They lean closer. You have felt them. You have felt sudden warmth without reason. You have felt a stillness fall over you when everything inside you was shaking. You have felt comfort arrive before you could ask for it. A song at the exact moment you were thinking of them. A scent that stopped you in your tracks. A dream that felt more real than waking life. A quiet pressure in your chest like someone saying, I'm here. My child, you are not imagining this. The connection did not end. It transformed. Please don't scroll. There is something you need to hear. You have been afraid to feel peace because peace feels like betrayal. You have been afraid to smile because smiling feels like forgetting. You have been afraid to laugh because laughter feels like leaving them behind. My child, joy is not betrayal. Healing is not abandonment. Living is not forgetting. They do not want you frozen in pain. They do not want your life to become a punishment. They want you breathing. They want you light again. You have been surviving, not living. Moving through days like tasks. Holding yourself together in front of others and falling apart only when no one can see. You wipe your tears quickly. You change the subject quickly. You tell yourself to be strong. But my child, you are not too much. You are someone who loved deeply, and that kind of love leaves a mark. That is why the pain still appears suddenly. That is why memories still rise without warning. That is why your heart feels heavy and tender at the same time. There were words left unsaid. Conversations left unfinished. Apologies that never found their way out. Questions that still echo inside you. And my child, you do not need every answer to be held. Some things remain mysteries not to hurt you, but to remind you that you were never meant to carry everything alone. You are only asked to carry today. And even today, you are not alone. You have been protected behind the scenes in ways you do not yet understand. There were moments you should have collapsed completely, but something held you together. Decisions you almost made that would have hurt you, but something shifted at the last second. Paths that closed and made you angry, but those closed doors were mercy. My child, you are being watched over with care, with intention, with love. In the next few days, something will shift. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Quietly. Personally. A sign will come meant only for you. It may be a dream that leaves you calm instead of broken. It may be a memory that brings warmth instead of pain. It may be that familiar stillness returning. When it happens, do not explain it away. Do not rush past it. Let yourself receive it. Because the one in heaven has been trying to give you something you have not allowed yourself to take. Permission. Permission to stop blaming yourself. Permission to stop replaying the past. Permission to feel joy again without guilt. Love is not meant to imprison you. Love is meant to guide you back to life. You worry about what others think. About how much time has passed. About whether you should be over it by now. But those who have not loved deeply will never understand the way grief lives in you. Your love was not shallow. That is why it still lives in you. You can still speak to them. In the quiet. In the dark. In your thoughts. You can say I'm sorry. You can say I miss you. You can say I tried. You can say I love you. This love hears you. In ways you cannot map, it hears you. They are at peace. Not to silence your pain, but to give your heart a place to rest. They are not suffering. They are not afraid. They are not trapped. The part of them that loved you is still alive in a way your soul recognizes. That is why you feel them when the world grows quiet. My child, you have endured more than you admit. And yet you are still here. That means your heart is still alive. And a living heart deserves softness, not punishment. Right now, let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Let your breath slow. Stop bracing for the next loss. In this moment, you are safe. You are held. You are seen. Without conditions. If tears come, let them come. They are not weakness. They are release. They are the language of your heart letting go of what it carried alone. You will feel them again. When you choose yourself. When you take a brave step forward. When you allow happiness without apologizing for it. When you look at the sky and something inside you quietly says, I know. That knowing is not empty. It is love still working on you. Love does not end. It changes form. This is not goodbye. It never was. It is connection. It is presence. It is love in a different language. You will not walk alone. Not tonight. Not tomorrow. Not in the days ahead. When the night is quiet and your heart grows heavy, remember this. You are being watched over. You are being held. You are loved by a love that does not die. And that love is still with you. Always that my child, there is one more thing I need you to hear before this moment softens and passes. You have been asking the sky for a sign, not loudly, not boldly, but quietly inside your chest. You never demanded anything. You just hoped. You wondered if they could still hear you. You wondered if you mattered enough for heaven to notice the ache you hide so well. My child, the fact that you are here right now is already an answer. This moment did not drift into your life by accident. It leaned toward you. It waited for you. It arrived when your heart was finally quiet enough to feel it. You have been thinking you are alone in your healing, but you are not. When you feel tired for no clear reason, when your emotions rise suddenly, when your chest feels heavy and then strangely calm, something is moving gently around you. Not to scare you. Not to overwhelm you. But to remind you that you are still connected. The love that once lived in a voice, in hands, in presence, now lives in silence, in warmth, in protection you cannot see but can feel. And every time you choose not to give up, every time you keep going even when your heart feels thin, that love is standing with you. My child, there will be a moment soon when you catch yourself smiling without guilt. It will surprise you. You might even feel a quick wave of sadness after it, like you did something wrong. But you didn't. That smile will be allowed. That smile will be watched over. That smile will not mean you forgot. It will mean you survived. And the one you love wants that for you more than you know. They do not want to be the reason you stay broken. They want to be the reason you become gentle again. When you feel unsure, talk to them. You don't need words out loud. You don't need rituals. Just think of them. Just breathe. Just be honest. Say what you never said. Say what still hurts. Say what you're afraid to admit. That honesty reaches farther than you think. And when you feel a calm answer instead of words, that is not emptiness. That is presence. My child, the world will keep moving. People will expect you to move with it. Some days you will. Some days you won't. Both are okay. Healing is not straight. Grief is not timed. Love does not follow rules. And you are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be right now, even if it doesn't feel like it. So as this moment settles, as the air around you returns to normal, remember this feeling. Remember the warmth. Remember the stillness. Remember that you were seen. Because when the night comes again and your heart feels heavy, this connection will still be here. Quiet. Steady. unbroken. This was never goodbye. It was never the end. It was only love learning how to stay. And it will stay. Always that my child, stay just a little longer. Let this moment stretch. Let it breathe. You don't need to rush away from this feeling like you usually do. You don't need to distract yourself or prove you're okay. Right now, you are allowed to be exactly where you are. You are allowed to feel the quiet weight in your chest and the soft warmth around it at the same time. That balance you're feeling, that mix of ache and calm, is not confusion. It is connection. There are parts of you that changed forever the day you lost them. You know this. You feel it in the way time feels different now. In the way certain dates feel heavier. In the way your heart reacts before your mind can prepare. You became someone who understands loss, someone who carries depth, someone who notices silence. And sometimes you wish you could go back to the version of you that didn't know this pain. But my child, this version of you is not broken. This version of you is expanded. You feel more because you loved more. And that capacity to love did not disappear when they left. It stayed inside you, waiting for you to stop punishing yourself for having it. There are moments when you wonder if they see your life now. If they notice the changes. If they see how you've grown quieter in some ways and stronger in others. If they see the choices you're afraid to make. If they see the dreams you've put on hold because you don't trust happiness yet. My child, nothing about you has been missed. Every step you take, even the hesitant ones, is seen. Every time you choose kindness when you're tired. Every time you choose to keep going when you want to stop. Every time you choose to feel instead of shutting down. That effort matters. Sometimes you feel them most when you are on the edge of something. On the edge of a decision. On the edge of change. On the edge of letting go of a version of pain you've grown used to. That gentle pressure you feel then is not pushing you away from them. It's guiding you forward with them. Love doesn't pull you backward into darkness. Love walks beside you into light, even when the light feels unfamiliar. You don't have to be afraid of the future because of what you lost in the past. The future is not coming to take something else from you. It is coming to give you space. Space to breathe. Space to rebuild. Space to feel joy in a way that doesn't erase memory but sits beside it. You will carry them with you into new moments, not as pain, but as quiet strength. You will hear their presence in your courage. You will recognize their influence in the way you choose softness over bitterness. When the nights feel long again, and they will sometimes, remember that you don't have to solve the pain to survive it. You only have to let it pass through you instead of trapping it inside. Sit with it. Breathe with it. Let it say what it needs to say. And then let it rest. You are not failing when you feel weak. You are human. And you are loved through every version of yourself. My child, there will be a day when you think of them and smile before you cry. And then a day when you smile without crying at all. That day will not mean you loved them less. It will mean love finally found a peaceful place inside you. Until then, be patient with yourself. Be gentle with your heart. You have been through something that reshaped you. As this moment fades, as you return to your day, carry this knowing with you. You are not walking alone. You never were. The bond did not end with breath. It moved beyond it. And whenever you need this closeness again, whenever your heart calls out quietly, it will answer in the same way it is answering now. Softly. Steadily. With love that remains. My child, before you move away from this moment, I need you to know something very softly and very clearly. You were never forgotten in heaven. Not for a single second. Even on the days when you felt invisible on earth. Even on the days when nobody checked on you. Even on the days when you carried everything alone and told yourself it didn't matter. It mattered. You mattered. And you still do. There were times you felt angry, even if you never admitted it. Angry at life. Angry at timing. Angry that the world kept moving when your heart stopped for a while. You felt guilty for that anger, like it made you a bad person. But my child, your anger was never rejection. It was pain asking to be seen. And it was seen. It was understood. You were never judged for it. You often wonder if you are strong enough to carry this forever. And the truth is, you were never meant to carry it forever in the same way. What feels unbearable now will slowly change shape. Not disappear. Not vanish. But soften. One day you will notice that the weight doesn't press as hard. One day you will realize you breathed through a whole hour without thinking of the pain. One day you will catch yourself feeling alive again, and it will scare you. That fear is normal. That fear does not mean danger. It means healing has begun. My child, there are moments ahead of you that will feel unexpectedly peaceful. Moments where the sky looks a little kinder. Moments where music feels like it's speaking directly to you. Moments where your heart feels steady for no clear reason. When that happens, do not question it. Do not push it away. That calm is not replacing love. It is carrying it. You have been afraid that if you stop hurting, the connection will fade. But love does not need pain to stay alive. Love survives on truth, not suffering. The bond you share does not depend on tears. It depends on what was real between you. And what was real was strong. Strong enough to outlive time. Strong enough to outlive form. My child, the one you love wants you to know they are proud of you. Proud of the way you keep going. Proud of the way you still care. Proud of the way you didn't let the world harden you. Even now, even after everything, your heart is still gentle. That gentleness is not weakness. It is legacy. It is love passed forward. There will be days when the ache returns suddenly. Do not panic. Do not think you are going backward. Waves come and go. Even the calmest ocean moves. When those waves rise, let them pass. You are not drowning. You are remembering. And remembering is not dangerous. My child, you are allowed to build a life that feels meaningful again. You are allowed to hope. You are allowed to dream. You are allowed to open your heart without fear that it dishonors the past. The one you love does not want to live only in your sorrow. They want to live in your courage, in your kindness, in the way you choose light again. As this final moment settles into you, carry this with you. When you feel alone, you are not. When you feel lost, you are guided. When you feel weak, you are held. This connection does not need effort. It does not need proof. It simply exists. This was not a message you found. It was a moment that found you. And whenever your heart grows quiet enough to listen again, this presence will return. Just as gently. Just as surely. Because love like this does not end. It stays. My child, before you leave this space, let this settle gently inside you. You don't need to remember every word. You don't need to replay this moment. What mattered has already reached you. Something inside you already knows. That quiet recognition you feel right now, that soft stillness in your chest, that is not imagination. That is connection resting where it belongs. You have spent so long holding yourself together that you forgot what it feels like to be held. You became the strong one. The responsible one. The one who keeps going. And you did that because you had to. But my child, strength was never meant to replace love. Even the strongest heart needs rest. Even the bravest soul needs to feel safe. And right now, you are safe. Not because everything is perfect. But because you are not alone with it. There will be moments after this when doubt tries to creep in. When your mind says it was just emotion. Just words. Just timing. Let the mind talk. It always does. But notice what your heart does instead. Notice how it feels quieter. Notice how the sharp edge softened just a little. Notice how the weight shifted instead of pressing down. That is how you know this was real. Truth doesn't shout. It settles. My child, you don't have to hold on tightly anymore. You don't have to grip the pain to keep the love alive. The love does not need guarding. It knows where to stay. It will rise when you need strength. It will comfort you when you feel small. It will guide you when you feel unsure. It will remind you who you are when the world tries to make you forget. One day, sooner than you expect, you will look back at this season and realize something quietly powerful. You survived something that changed you, and you did not lose your heart. You did not turn cold. You did not stop caring. You carried grief and still chose gentleness. That is rare. That is beautiful. That is something to be proud of. When life asks you to step forward again, step slowly. Step honestly. Step without apologizing for still carrying love. You are allowed to carry it. You are allowed to let it shape you. You are allowed to let it make you softer instead of harder. The one you love walks with you in that softness. And when the nights come again, when silence returns and the ache tries to speak, don't be afraid of it. Sit with it. Breathe through it. Let it pass. You are not falling apart. You are learning how to live with depth. And depth is not darkness. Depth is where meaning lives. So now, as this moment gently closes, take one slow breath. Let it be enough. Let yourself be enough. You don't need to chase signs. You don't need to ask for proof. You don't need to hold on tighter. What is meant to stay will stay. This connection does not fade when you stop listening. This love does not disappear when you look away. This presence does not leave when the world gets loud. It waits. It watches. It remains. And whenever your heart grows quiet again, it will be there. Always.